Hello fishermen, my name's Gerry. I'm a twin troller boat owner, and today we're gonna go fishing. This is the third video about fishing with a worm. We did two previously, and the first one was about fishing primarily with a smaller finesse type worm, and there's a card right here that you can link to if you want to see that video. A second video I did had to do with fishing a weightless Senko type worm or a trick worm, and again, here's another link for that one. This video is going to be about fishing with a floating worm and also fishing with what is called a Tokyo rig. So stay tuned, see what it's like. In the description below this video, there are links to most of the items used in many of my videos. They are there so you can locate them in case you are interested. Alright, I'm going to show you another worm, and this is called a floating worm. It's a very buoyant worm. You often use a very light wired hook to keep it floating. And as you can see, they come in bright colors. Here's some more samples of some other ones, all in bright colors. But there are some that aren't that way, that aren't real bright colors. See when it hits the water? I don't know if you can see it too well. It does not, it's very buoyant. It's sitting right on the top. If I leave it there long enough, it will start to sink, but the way how you throw this is that you kind of twitch it along the top, and it goes like that. Now, this has a seam like all worms generally do. There's a seam on this side, a seam on this side with a flat tail. And in order to make this so it doesn't twirl, you put the seam on the sides and the hook between the seams so that it's right through the flat side. Whether it's this side or the other side doesn't make any difference, but it's like this, as opposed to being through the hook, this with the hook through the worm on the side. All right, let's go fishing. See what we can do with this. As you can see, it's later in the day. We've only got about less than an hour to sunset. It's calm, which might work good with this floating worm on the surface or close to the surface. So this is unweighted. And I'm just going to twitch it along. I'm not sure how well you can see because I'm probably looking at the sun with the camera. Now, since I want this to kind of stay on the surface, it's the whole idea, or just barely under the surface, I'm starting to work it as soon as it hits the water, at least at this point. Now when I get a bite with this, I kind of hold off for a second and let the fish grab it and turn, and on purpose swim with it. So, kind of swim away. Then I set the hook. Now why do I do that? Well, it's not on the bottom where he might be just sitting there. And it's kind of a moving bait. So I don't want to pull it out of his mouth. I'm on a spinning rod. 15-pound braid. There's one. There he goes. Yeah. He just swam away with it. He's not very big. All right, there he goes. Same way as normal. Set it back in. Get yourself squared away the way how you want it. Right down the middle. In this case, the hook right down the middle of the bait, so it stays straight. There's one. Got him. Still not a very big one, but because this bait is so buoyant and it sits close to the top, you'll see this when you twitch it every once in a while. It literally will hop out of the water. Joe, that's your buddy. Got him. Got him. Oh, there's a good one. Well, he threw off my hook. Sure. Just in time. Look, it's world famous John the Fisherman coming to my rescue.
I can't take a picture, Gerry.
Why not?
I'm not wearing a tie.
Oh.
Huh? What do you got for weight?
It wouldn't count it. Here, hold on, I gotta reset it. $3.75.
Good man. Put him sideways too, will you? Okie doke.
All right, there he goes. See you later, buddy. And he threw off my worm. He had a lot of nerve. This is called the Tokyo rig, and it has a wire that comes from a split ring down to a weight, and you can bend this out and put on different weights if you want it heavier, lighter, or multiple weights. And some people put their weights on in this direction, some of them put it on upside down. Just depends on what you want to do. And then there's to the split ring, there's a swivel on the front, and then attached is an offset hook. Now this is I think it's a 3/0 offset hook with a with a bait on the back. And let me show you what it looks like in the water. So it gets to the bottom, and when you pull the line slightly tight, the bait stands off the bottom and kind of dances a little. And you can move it along a little bit at a time, and the weight drags along. It's kind of a good place, a good bait to use around very mucky bottom, because it keeps the bait a little bit off the bottom. And naturally you could make that wire that's going down to the weight a little bit longer if you want, but this is pretty standard size and weight. All right, let's go fishing. The other day when I showed you this bait for the first time, I only fished it for a couple of minutes, and then it was the end of the day. So I'm out here fishing it again today. As you can see, it's quite sunny. There's almost no wind. And I'm not sure what it will be like fishing today, but let's try it. So we're throwing this out. It sinks pretty fast, so it's on the bottom already. And I got a fish. Now that was fast. And he threw the hook. That's all right. At least I know it works. All right, let me re-rig this. Just like a regular standard Texas rig, go down through the tip, and then hit the bend, come out through the middle, swing this up and around, and then this is going to bury itself here. Now this is a pretty thin, and it's thinner actually in the middle, is designed that way, so I'm going to go through the middle, and I'm not going to go through one side and out the other like I do with a thicker worm. So the tip of the hook is buried inside, and it looks like this. Got another bite. There we go. I don't know what it is about them throwing the hook. Well, that's 2 casts, 2 fish, and lost 2 fish. Well, let's put it back on and try again. All right, it's on the bottom. Well, those first 2 bites is all I got, and it's only been a couple of minutes, but I got some things I got to do. So at least you saw that you can catch fish on the Tokyo rig. First of all, let me just say I hope everybody's doing okay. We're all secluded in our houses, stuck with masks on, trying to do the best we can. I hope you liked the video. I hope you learned something. Like usual, if you want to push subscribe, if you haven't, push the bell, leave some comments, all that kind of stuff. And up here you can see a card that will come up, and you can link to those and see a bunch of videos about the TwinTroller itself. Thanks for watching. I hope you're doing well. Bye now.